Hello and welcome to episode. I would to our next episode, and we are talking. Well, I guess the third episode. We are talking about. Well, the episode was about North Korean defectors, and it was really about him coming into his own. Now, the main things here was Hon Ju Suk, Cha Yun Sun, and Park Soo Ko, and Wong, and Kim Nam Wook. Now there was several different necessary storylines that went with sorry everyone, with Non Will Stop. It was about him becoming something that he was, I guess, not necessarily afraid of, but understanding that who he was as a person. Now, we just said that it was about North Koreans um, who came from North Korea to South Korea. Now, he is actually one. So, in the episode beforehand, he stepped up and did the press secretary job, but because this whole episode was basically about North Koreans and that fear of the unknown, in the Designated Survivor episode, it was about Hispanic people, not Hispanic people, but actually Muslims. So that we so once again we're basically going on some similar storylines. Obviously, with North Korea and with being a South Korean show, they use North Koreans because there's not a lot of diversity in that country. So they use basically they're talking about racism and what do you do when people are doing it, and what is his job as a person in charge? And he has specifically very different things to do. What happens is his wife, who is a lawyer, and they kept it just like this series, that she's a powerful lawyer. She works for human rights, just like the other series, Designated Survivor. So spoilers, everyone. Sorry, I didn't say spoilers when I started the video. And we go into figuring out that she has a client who recently was rounded up. Now, they were rounded up by, I'm looking for the name. Oh god, the name. Oh, it was actually kind of funny because it's by a famous actor that I cannot find because my other paper is gone. But basically what happens is that the actor has actually played in a lot of police stories and stuff. You'll know who he is. He's the Mayor Kang. Actually goes into effect to round up North Koreans and in specific provinces, because they apparently only live mostly in those not provinces, but those cities. And he's the mayor of Seoul. So before we get to that one, because this is going to be a two-parter because I want to get all the information that you need. You go into, does he want power and authority, or what does he want as a presidency? Now, he only is acting president for 60 days. That's why it has 60 days. So it goes into trying to figure out what kind of person he wants to be. And Han Jo Sung and Cha Yun Sung see him as a good man, but they're both conflicted. Does he want power? Does he want authority? Now he goes to the site, and at first he has protective gear on. But over time, when he sees people crying and mourning, he takes it off and he tries to talk to him. And the husband of the woman who is was detained comes and tries to show him something, and they whisk him away because he doesn't have protective gear, and it's a show of instability in the country, and it looks really bad. So after that, he comes to find out that the wife, who actually has a disease and just needs shots, and what the police say, oh, she's coming off of opium. You know, we found opium, which they did find, but just because opium's in the air doesn't mean that you're an opium user. Opium has been very, very bad, and it's opium is actually used to create, I believe, heroin, and there's a whole history of stuff going on in China, but that's a long story. And we're gonna catch back and do the second part in 1 second.